My boyfriend wants to go on a trip with a girl who likes him. Good morning, I've, 18 female, been going back and forth with this situation in my head and I'm really hoping that you all can help me organize my thoughts. My boyfriend, 18 male, of almost 9 months was invited by an old friend of mine, 17 female, who recently confessed to him that she likes him, despite the fact that we are dating. I wasn't invited and when he asked if I could come, she replied saying that she doesn't want a third wheel. This is a fair concern on her part, but the fact that I was uninvited because she wants his full attention just bothers me a bit. It's not that I don't trust my boyfriend and more so that I don't trust her. I also don't understand why he would want to go when they've only known each other for a few months. Nonetheless, I don't know what to do. I don't want him to go because it makes me uncomfortable, but I also know that making him not go is unhealthy. I don't know if by telling him how I feel it would be the equivalent of an abusive relationship where one partner won't let their significant other hang out with their friends. Please help me. What do I do? My boyfriend wants to go on a beach trip with a girl who likes him and I'm uncomfortable with it but don't want to be a crazy abusive girlfriend. Where did you get the idea that simply letting him know your feelings and telling him that you don't want him to go because you think this girl is up to no good is abusive? Abusive would be locking him in your room and not letting him out. Stop being the cool understanding girlfriend and speak your damned truth. A beach trip where she can flaunt herself off in a bikini in front of your young BF. Just the two of them. Alone. Tell him that idea is insane, that you have boundaries and deserve respect, and that she isn't respecting your guys' relationship in the slightest. Your boyfriend should absolutely have recognized that this girl is going to try to put some moves on him and get him to cheat. Did he tell you he said no to this? Expecting respect is not abusive. It's a red flag that you even have this situation. He shouldn't even be considering this trip. And what are you talking about? That's a fair concern, that you'd be the third wheel. Stand up for yourself. That woman has a lot of nerve to call you the third wheel. If he goes, even if nothing happens, know that this relationship won't last. Even if he doesn't cheat on that trip, he doesn't care about your feelings enough to not go. And heck, he doesn't care about you enough in general to not to want to go himself. He shouldn't even be interested in this trip. My boyfriend would laugh in any girl's face that tried to do this. That's inappropriate all the way around. He shouldn't be putting you in that position, and that girl knows better. Dump both of them. Hell no. It is totally unacceptable for him to go, and if he does, end it and move on. He shouldn't even want to go. Like, WTH? I'm just astounded by this. If she expressed to him she likes him, she's hoping something will happen and he is at least hoping for some flirtation. A respectful person would empathize with their partner and not put themselves in a position which would upset their partner. By airing your concerns you are not being abusive. If he can't see that this is inappropriate, I would bet money that you will unfortunately suffer at his naivety again. How much of a thick-headed your BF can be. Before anything else, talk to him op. Tell him it's making you uncomfortable and you don't want him to go because in what universe is that situation okay? Oh, unless that universe has potential cheating plastered over the entire place. Talk to your BF. Explain to him how sketchy this all looks. Then let him decide whatever he wants. If he goes, I would honestly just break up with him. Even if he is completely faithful, he is not mature enough for a serious relationship, and you don't need this kind of stress. Dating is not about staying together. Dating is about whether they are worth staying with. Have enough self-love not to accept this sort of shit from people. If this were a situation where they were longtime platonic friends, it would be one thing. This is your old friend. Apparently a bad one at that, who thought it would be appropriate in any situation to tell him how she felt, knowing he was in a relationship, with an old friend of hers no less. The fact that he's even entertaining this is a red flag. If he goes, you should wish them well and cut ties. Don't be afraid to let him know how you feel. In this situation, it's not controlling, it's completely reasonable to feel the way you feel. I would talk to him and depending on his answers I would decide what to do then. Going with another female camping and not taking your girlfriend, come on, what kind of game is that? It's one thing to hang with friends, it's another to go camping with a female that likes you and not take your girlfriend. It's simple. If he goes, I would find another boyfriend, one that isn't into games and that respects you and your feelings. Oh sweet girl. I'm 27 and crying because of a relationship I had when I was your age. He put me in similar positions then, and even though it stopped for a while, he put my in similar position up until our marriage ended 6 months ago. I also worried it was controlling, to not want him to go on a trip with a friend of his who openly hit on him and said mean things to me. It isn't. Having an opinion and sticking with it isn't the same as forcing him to do something. But you need to know what it means for you if he doesn't choose to respect your feelings. Honestly plan the same trip with a boy and see how he likes the plan, but do it beforehand. Facts on the table time. Tell BF. This is how you see it. Spell it out. No ultimatums, just this is how it is. This is how it makes me feel, these are my very real concerns. I have told you and now I am leaving it up to you to decide. The thing is, people's feelings don't belong to us to barter with, and if someone has feelings for another, you cannot tell them not to have those feelings. You have feelings for this guy, can I ask you not to have those feelings? If he goes away with the girl, she is a risk because it seems she will at least try to seduce him. But the choice about taking that risk is his. He must make the choice. If you give him an ultimatum, he will resent it and you still will not know what would have happened. So, facts on table and let him choose. They're gonna fuck. That's the truth. No, taken men do not go on trips with girls they know have a crush on them. I would be very suspicious of him too, to be honest. If he had any respect for the relationship, he would not go. Alarm bells should be ringing, honey, on both parts. First of all, why he's going on vacay with only a girl? It's fine for guys have girlfriends, but only the two of them seems weird to me. The fact that he wants to go all alone with her, especially knowing she likes him. Either he's too dumb or he's a douche. If he thinks she won't make a move on her, make him know how you feel and the reality of it, asks what his friends think about it. This is not okay. If he were experienced enough, he would know this situation is a classic doorway to further drama that just isn't worth it. It's perfectly reasonable to ask your boyfriend to not go considering your concerns. I know you're quite young and there is lots of confusion about what's healthy and unhealthy in a relationship. If you get weird vibes about someone trying to snatch your boyfriend away, then talk to him about your concerns, as this is also how it works. Maybe also tell your friend to back off a bit. Please also bear in mind that your boyfriend, your friend and yourself are at a very young age with lots of hormones, feelings and excitement going in whilst being scared and confused about everything in life. Plus there are lots of temptations out there. If he still wants to go after she referred to you as the third wheel, then break up and move on. There's nothing wrong with breaking up with someone who doesn't respect your feelings. Don't force him to not go, simply express your feelings and see how he reacts. You could end up dodging a bullet. Edit. Just realized that you said that it was her that didn't want to third wheel. But even then they are two-wheeling together, and if that makes you uncomfortable, then you are totally within your right to express that to him. I can just picture the look on my sweetie's face if I told him that I was going to the beach with some guy who is hot for me and that sweetie is not invited because the guy who is hot for me would feel like a third wheel. Is this for real? So let me get this straight. Your friend, she's not confessed to you or boyfriend and he's considering going knowing she likes him and doesn't want you to go? I would be asking him, if a guy we know likes me asks me to take a trip alone with him, will you be happy if I go? Can you imagine the turmoil I am in ATM? If he goes with her, break up and cut them both out your life for good. ETA idea just struck me. If he's interested in the trip, why not just tell him instead of going with her, why don't you two go together, since he is your boyfriend and it would be like an early anniversary trip. There's no way this is a serious question. They want to hang out with each other solo and it's a problem if you're invited? Come on now. Get real. It's not right. It's basically a date. Does he know the girl likes him? You're perfectly justified telling him no. I was the girl worried about being crazy in a situation like this. Your feelings and comfort matter. You are not crazy for wanting space from a girl who cannot respect your relationship. You're young, and have been influenced way too much by standards set by social media. The girl in question is exhibiting some pretty gross behavior, and it's not crazy or abusive of you to be uncomfortable with it. It's not just keeping him from hanging with friends, when the girl has an admitted crush on him. I promise she'll try to fuck him. He should be ashamed for agreeing to the trip, and doing so without you. You're in a relationship, plain and simple. Speak your heart, and your mind. He should respect you enough not to go. Dump her as a friend regardless, because she's bad people. Having healthy conversations and reasonable boundaries is not abusive. She knows what she's doing. Talk to him about it. Tell him you don't trust her. Sounds to me like she's trying to snatch your man, girl, or at least make a move. Face with raised eyebrow, thinking face, yawning face. I will eat my left shoe if they are not already fucking each other. Question. Do they know each other because of you? I think he's young enough to maybe get the benefit of the doubt. Do either of you have any older brother, sister figure? It would help to have them explain this. Tell them your boyfriend wants to take a new lady acquaintance out on an overnight trip, and that she doesn't want you to come. It's entirely inappropriate, and I think an outside figure with more experience, authority might help convey that to him, as it's possible he might not understand. Also, she is not your friend. Nah. That is some white girl shit girly. No. That is Carsey. He cannot go, he cannot. That is a open ticket to trauma. You are going to be cheated and then you will blame yourself. No girl, no. That is wrong. Talk to him, first. His reaction and response should determine your next move. If he is not understanding and decides to go, you should definitely dump him. Edit. Okay, so I just realized that this girl is your friend, and not his. I would still talk to him, but the outcome is probably not going to be pretty. The fact that he has agreed to go out alone with your friend knowing she likes him is very concerning and completely inappropriate. You at least need to be cutting off your friend for trying to do this. That's fake as FCK. Any respectful boyfriend wouldn't even consider this. Any self-respecting woman says goodbye. You say, cool, and then you find yourself a new boyfriend cause this one is trash. You shouldn't have to ask him not to go. If he has any respect for you, he will make that decision on his own. This girl is not your friend. I would tell him if he wants to do that trip, then fine, but I would consider that a breakup with me. Then I would politely tell him that I have no intentions of taking him back when his trip with her is over. What did he say when she confessed her feelings to him? He obviously didn't shut that shit down. Dump both of these jokers. I don't want him to go because it makes me uncomfortable, but I also know that making him not go is unhealthy. You acting like you don't care that your boyfriend going on a trip with another girl who has feelings for him is not healthy. Telling him you're uncomfortable about this is healthy. Aren't you two in a relationship? My boyfriend would never go on a trip with another woman alone, especially if she liked him. If someone had feelings for him, he'd probably cut them off, to be honest. And that's without me being a controlling GF. He just cherishes what we have, and knows there's no reason for him to go alone without me. She doesn't respect you or your relationship. Neither does he. You're younger than I am. The hormones are still going wild. Would they have separate rooms? It's not that I don't trust my boyfriend, and more so that I don't trust her. Takes two to cheat. Is it important that they go together? Like, is it her beach house and she chooses who goes? Is there not enough money for everyone to go? Are there COVID concerns? If there's no clear reason why she and him should go, you should also go. If not, tell your boyfriend how you're feeling. It won't be wrong to let your boyfriend know. If it feels wrong with you, you should be able to open this up and let him know what you're feeling. People need to stop calling this abusive, because letting you and your partner set boundaries with people whom each or both of you are uncomfortable with is actually healthier for your relationship. He's going to chest. I suggest to just end the relationship. Dump him. I bet the other girl didn't know that he has a girlfriend. If he really loves you, he would already known it would hurt your feelings if he do so. He just doesn't care about you, and obviously he doesn't love you. Don't let him think you're dumb. You're too good for him. Yeah. Friends don't invite other people's significant others on trips. Listen, I have traveled a good bit with friends who are guys, and it has remained entirely platonic. I'm not one to jump automatically to sleeping together being inevitable. Yes, it is possible to have opposite gender friends and not sleep with them. Neither of us were dating anyone at the time. That's a huge difference. We also were much older and not kids. Her asking was odd. These weren't lifelong buddies whose families travel together regularly and you just happen to be now dating. This is a guy she's interested in and hoping to get to know better with a girlfriend she doesn't want to join them. It's not a group trip and she just happened to see him to bring it up first. I'll keep this simple. No guy in a committed relationship should go, or want to go, on a trip with a girl he hardly knows unless his intention is to have sex with her. The fact that he wants to go with her and is willing to exclude you is just plain strange. I would probably reconsider your relationships with both of these individuals. However, first things first. Talk to him and explain your feelings. Honestly, bad friend, bad boyfriend, both suck. I would get rid of both, and if not both then at least the girl, and have him drop her too. Girl, that's a no, trust me. This isn't about your trust of your BF. This is about boundaries. Boundaries that clearly has to be set between your boyfriend and old friend. And no, Talking with your boyfriend about your concerns doesn't makes you an abusive control freak. Also this, old friend, doesn't concerns of being the third wheel. Trust me, I've been your place before. Communication is the damn key, sis. Your boyfriend doesn't understand you magically. Talk to him. He won't bite you. You should go with him and uninvite her because she sounds awful.